Nocode HQ, and in today's tutorial we're going to recreate a simple version of Instagram, so basically a photo sharing mobile app using the no-code builder Adalo. So what you will need is just a Adalo account, and you can go ahead and create a free account, and you simply want to go ahead and click on create a new app, and you'll be shown this pop-up. So what we're going to build, as mentioned already, is going to be a simple Instagram like app, and we're going to keep it really simple. We're just going to have two tabs. First of all, a tab which will display a feed of all the images of people we are following, okay? And the second tab is going to be our profile with some information about us, as well as the all the posts we uploaded and the ability to upload a new image, okay? And one important thing we're also going to add in the main feed is going to be a bar, which is sometimes visible, so we're going to use a conditional there. So when you're not following anyone, the app should suggest you some people to follow, and once you follow some people already, this bar should be removed. So let's just go ahead and start building this application. I'm going to choose a native mobile app here, click next. We're going to use a blank template, click next, and I'm going to call this photo sharing app, okay? Photo sharing app. For the primary color, I'm just going to use purple maybe, and as the, or let's do it like this maybe, a bit darker, and as the secondary color, let's stay with yellow, and I'm going to click on create, and you'll be brought into the Adalo app editor. Okay, so we're brought into the Adalo app editor where we start off with three screens, as always: the sign up, the login, and the home screen, as well as the ability to add components, add screens, specify the branding of your app, specify or configure the database, as well as settings and ability to publish your app. And we're just going to go ahead right to the database and start editing our collections. Our database collections are basically our different data types, and we can create new collections, create relation between these collections, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So first of all, under users, we have email, password, username, and full name of the user. So these are all locked fields which we can change basically, and they're always created on default, but we're going to add another property, okay? And this property is going to be an image, and it's going to be the profile picture, okay? So profile picture, let's click save. And we're going to add a property now, which is going to be a relation to another user as well. And this is going to be the third type of relation, where a user can have multiple users and a user can have multiple users. That sounds confusing now, but it's just basically means that we have interactions between all of them. Multiple people can follow various other people and so on. So we're just going to select that, click done. And we're going to call that my followers. Okay, so these are going to be the people that follow you on the photo sharing app. And we're going to add another relation, which is going to be the same thing. Again, this one, and this is going to be users I'm following. Okay, great. Let's click save. And the second collection we want to have, so let's just click add collection, is going to be, of course, an individual post. So I'm just going to call that post. Let's click add, and the post consists of a caption. So let's rename that text here to caption. It will consist, of course, of an image. Okay, let's click save, and it will, of course, have a relation to a user. Okay, where a user can have multiple posts, but one post belongs to one user, and this is the relation we want to use, and this is going to be post created by user. So this field is going to represent which user has uploaded this post. And we also, of course, want to allow the ability to like a post. So we're again going to add another relationship to a user. And this time we're going to use the third relationship here again. Click done. And this is going to be called liked by. Okay, let's click save. Awesome. Okay, so that's it regarding our data structure basically. And we can now go ahead and start editing our application. So let me just dive in right into the home tab here. And let's quickly change the title here to feed. Okay, so this is going to be our main feed. Let's also go ahead and add a new component, which is going to be navigation. So we want to add a tab bar. Let's put that in here. And as I mentioned, we only want to have two tabs in this case. So I'm going to make all of the other tabs here inactive by just clicking on them and toggling this button here. The first tab is going to be our feed, okay, and the second tab is just going to be our profile. So let's just click here, rename that to profile, maybe use this as an icon, and that looks quite nice. So let's go ahead and add our feed here. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go to lists, and we want to add, you can either add a custom list or a card list, but I'm going to use a custom list because we're going to input some advanced functionalities. I'm just going to select that and drag that here, okay? Great. Let me drag it a bit down, and let's also change the size of one of those squares. I'm going to click on components, click on the rectangle, and we actually have to make that a lot bigger, but also not as wide. So I think that's nice. That's kind of Instagram-like. Let's just resize that accordingly and position that into center. Great. Looks already quite nice. Let's go ahead into components here. The subtitle, let's just remove that. For the title, let's actually go ahead, resize that, drag that to the bottom here, okay, like this. And this is going to be dynamic, okay. But first of all, we have to define what this is going to be a list of. And this is just going to be a list of posts, okay. But not all posts. It should be the logged in users, okay, users I'm following posts, okay. So this feed should display posts of all users you're following, okay. And sorting should be created date newest to oldest, okay. So quite simple. Let's go ahead and continue modifying this. So the text here, let's change that to the actual caption. So add dynamic value here. This is going to be the current post caption, okay. Let's of course also add the image. So another component, which is going to be our image. Drag that onto here, resize that accordingly. Yeah, like this, great. So this is going to be database current posts image, okay, great. And if there's no image, don't show anything. Beneath the caption, we want to have our, let's just resize that. Beneath the caption, we want to have the number of likes. So again, let's add another text here. Simply drag that in here. And I'm going to rename this to a dynamic value. Okay, so current posts, okay, like by count likes, okay. And next to that, I want to add a button. So let's add another component, which is going to be an icon. Drag that icon onto here. And let's just position that maybe, I don't know, here, okay? At the side maybe. And this is going to be a heart, okay? Our like button or upvote. Let's just like this, or thumbs up. Okay, great. And on press, let's configure that now. So on press, when this is pressed, add an action. We want to update the current post, okay? And we want to, for the liked by list, for the users that like this post, we want to add the current logged in user. Done. And that's basically it. So if a user clicks the thumbs up button, he is added to the list of users that has liked this post, and this count of likes should increase by 1. Of course, a user should only be able to upvote a product once, so we have to add a visibility rule here, so change visibility, and this should be sometimes visible, and it should be visible if the current posts liked by, okay, all, does not already contain the current user, the logged in user. So if this post hasn't already been liked, then this thumbs up icon is visible. If it has been liked, it's not visible. Okay, so let's click done, and that's basically it. Of course, we also want to add the link to the person that uploaded this post. So I'm just going to add another component here, which is going to be a text again. Drag that maybe under the caption here. For design, I'm not going to make any major changes. We're just going to keep it simple, and this tutorial is more for the functionality of this app. So we're going to add a dynamic field here again. So this is going to be the current post created by username. Okay, and let's actually make that a bit grayer so we know, or let's make that blue maybe, or purple actually, so we know this is like a link, and users will be able to click on that. Okay, great. There's one more thing I want to do. I want to add a list here. Okay, and I want to add a simple card list on top of this other list. However, we're immediately going to change the visibility of this, and we're going to say this is sometimes visible. This is only visible if the logged in users I'm following count is equal to 0. So if the current user isn't following anyone, this is visible, and this should recommend users to follow. Okay, so we're going to simply say, what is this a list of? This is a list of users, all users. Okay, let's have 2 columns. Sure, why not? Actually, let's have more columns, or there's only 2 allowed. We don't need all of this. We don't need the body, to be honest, and we don't need the media, to be honest, as well. We just want to have a button, okay, and this button is going to say follow. And the title should be the user username. So the where is it? The current user username, okay, and the subtitle we can actually also remove that. And for the button, we want to say, okay, when this is pressed, we want to do something else again. We want to create, okay, sorry, we want to update the current user, okay, or the logged in user. And what we want to do, to the list of users I'm following, we want to add the current user, and done. And once this happens, this group or this list is going to be hidden, and we're only going to see this feed now, okay? So just to summarize again, of course, when a user logs in first time to your app, he won't have anything in his feed because he's not following anyone yet. So we want to display this group to just give users suggestions of which users to follow. And once they follow at least one other person, this is going to be hidden and we're going to see the feed, okay? Great, so let's go ahead and create our profile page. So I'm just going to add another screen here. And actually we're going to, let's do the blank screen, call that my profile. Let's click create screen. I'm just going to copy this app bar here, paste that on top of here. Let's call that, the title should be my profile. Okay, and same for the app bar, we have to copy this and paste that here. Only difference now, we're going to say the active tab is going to be the second tab, and we have to create the connection. So here we have to say if the second tab is pressed, which is the profile tab, we want to link to our my profile screen with no transition. And if the feed tab here is clicked, the first tab, we want to link to our home screen with no transition. Great, so let's go ahead and edit our profile page. We're going to keep it quite simple, so we're going to add maybe an image here, which is going to be our profile. So let's add that like this maybe. Okay, this is going to be the logged in user's profile picture. Next to that, we want to add a text maybe, and this is going to be our username. So let's just put that here like this, keep it simple. So this is going to be the logged in user's username, okay? Oops. Let's put that here. So this is going to be the logged in user's username. Let's also actually add a button here, which is going to say edit profile. Again, the UI isn't 100% nice, but you can work on that when you build your own application. So this is going to say edit profile. Okay, we're going to do that later, or define that later. And actually, we don't need an icon here. Great, like this. And let's put that here maybe. Great. And beneath this, let's add another text here like this. And this text is going to say my posts. Okay, and beneath this, we want to add a list. Okay, so let's add a list, and this time we're going to use an image list simply. Where is it here? Let's drag that onto here, make that a bit smaller. And this is going to be all the posts you have uploaded. Let's just say this is a list of posts, okay? And the post which is going to be is the logged in users posts that are created by myself, basically. Sorted by newest to oldest again. The image is going to be the current post image. We can have the post caption as the title. And for the icon, let's actually change that to a delete icon. And when this is pressed, we want to delete the current post. Okay, so users can delete posts that I have created. Okay, so we're making quite a lot of progress. So let's go ahead and allow users to edit their profile. We're simply going to add another screen for that, which is going to be a form screen. Okay, and we're going to call that edit profile, create the screen. And this is going to be really simple. We're going to click on that form here. We're going to say, this is a data collection of type user. What should this do? It should update the logged in user, and Adalo automatically recognizes all the fields here. So email, password, username, full name, and the profile picture. And users can easily modify their profile. Let's just adjust the screen size. So I'm going to click here, edit profile, and drag that screen down. And that's basically it. We can now define, okay, when this button here is pressed, so on pressed, we want to link to our edit profile screen. And that's basically it. Great, so one last thing we have to do, or actually two more things. We want to have the ability to create a new post, of course, or upload a new picture. So we're going to add another button here, but this time let's search for action button. Drag that to the bottom right here, okay? And again, I want to add another screen, and this is going to be, again, a form screen. And it's going to be called create post. Let's click create screen. And again, we're going to click here on the form. We're going to say, okay, this is a data collection of type post, and what we want to do, we want to create a new post. And a post just consists of a caption and an image. And if you go to fields, the logged in user is automatically assigned to the user that has created this post, obviously. So we don't have to do that ourselves manually, which makes sense, of course. So when the submit button is pressed, we are creating a new post. and want to link back to our previous screen. So that's basically, we don't have to do anything with that. The form screens by Adalo are quite nice. The only thing we have to do is create the connection here. So if this button is clicked, we want to link to our create post screen with a push transition. Great. And the last screen we want to do is going to be the individual profile screen of another user. So it's going to have the same structure as this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to add another screen here, blank screen again, or actually an app bar screen, and we're going to call this just profile. Okay, create screen. First, we have to create the link. So we're going to say, okay, when this component username here, so this one, this text is pressed, we want to link to the profile screen, okay, with a push transition, and we now have access to the current page's profile basically on the screen. So what we can do, we can click on the app bar and we can say, okay, the title shouldn't be profile, it should actually be the current posts created by username. And we can now simply recreate this page here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this image and drag that on top of here. Okay, we're going to say this is going to be the current post created by user profile picture. Then we're going to add a text here. So same thing as before. We're going to say this is going to be the, let's put that here. So this is going to be the current posts created by username. Okay, and again we want to have, let's copy just this text here, it's going to be the same. So this text and this image list here, put that here. And this time we actually want to have another list. We want to have the posts of the current post created by users posts. Okay, again, sounds a bit confusing maybe, but we want to display all the posts created by the current page's user. Okay. And the image is going to be the current post image, and we don't want to have an icon because, of course, you shouldn't be able to delete any of these other users' posts. And that's basically it, to be honest. Let me just summarize again what we did. So first of all, we have this home screen here with a list of all the images that of users that you follow, with the ability to like an image only if you haven't liked already. If you're not following anyone yet, this group will be shown. Okay. With the ability to follow a user. We have our profile screen where we can see our profile picture, see all the posts we uploaded, delete a post, we can edit our profile, we can create a new post, and we can click on the username of a user and we'll be brought to his profile page where we can see his profile picture, his username, and all of his posts. Okay? Let's just check if the left icon works. Yep, it links back, and we should be good to go. So let me just go ahead to database and create a few database entries. So just our app won't be empty. So under users, let me just go here to view add a record. Let's add a user. I'm going to add a user here, info@nocodehq.com, password just something, nocodehq. Okay, and let me just upload a profile picture. Okay, I've uploaded a profile picture, and let's click save here. Okay, so we have our first user. And let's also create a few first posts. So I'm going to again click here on view edit records, add a post. This is going to be welcome to this app. Let me upload an image here. I've just chosen a copyright-free image, and we have to define who created this post. Okay, and this is going to be, of course, the user we just created. So let's click save, and we have our first post here and our first user. If we just go here and look at our user again, we have this relation to the post, welcome to this app, which we just created. Okay, so let's click save, and let's actually go ahead and preview our application. So I'm going to click on preview. I'm going to change to iPhone X as Max. Okay, and let's see what happens. So I have to sign up here now. We can switch to the login field, but I'm going to create a new account actually. So let's switch back to sign up. I'm going to enter an email here and the password as well, and just the full name, Noel. And let's click on sign up. Awesome. So what you can see, our feed currently displays a list of 2 users, okay, and no images because we're not following anyone yet. Therefore, this list is displayed. And as we can see, the first user that we create already, NocodeHQ, we have the ability to follow him here now. The second entry here is actually us. That's a small bug. We can easily fix that. And there's no text here because we don't have the username set yet, okay? But let's just go ahead and follow Nocode HQ and see what happens. Awesome. So as you can see, this group is hidden, and we now have the list of, or basically a post displayed by the user Nocode HQ. The only thing is it's displayed above, so we can't see it fully. So let's check what the issue here is. So let's click on it. Let's make that a bit smaller, maybe like this. Okay. Let's see if that works now. And let's preview again. Okay, so I've managed to drag this down. I know what this issue is here, but at least it works now. So we have the image here of the feed. We have the caption of our first post. We have the user that created. We have 0 likes until now. So let's check if that works. I'm going to click here the upvote button. Great. So we have 1 like now for this post, and the thumbs up button is hidden, so we can't like it anymore. Okay, makes sense. So let's go ahead to our profile. Okay. Currently our profile is completely empty, but let's go ahead and edit our profile. So I'm going to go enter a username here. So just call it NL, again a password. And for a profile picture, let me just upload an image. Okay, so I've uploaded a copyright-free image here. Let me just click update user. Okay, so that should be set now. As you can see, we have our username displayed here and our profile picture. Let's also go ahead and add our first post. Okay, so I'm going to call this happy to be a part of this social network. Okay, let's choose a photo again. Okay, so I've uploaded a copyright-free image again, and let's click on create a post. And as you see, we have our first post here. So under my posts, the caption, happy to be a part of this, the image, and the ability to delete that. I'm not going to do that, so let's go back to feed. And also a small bug, we're not following ourselves, so it isn't displayed here. But as you can see, we successfully uploaded this post. Let's also go ahead back to the feed, and let's click on Nocode HQ, and we'll be brought to the profile view of Nocode HQ. We can see it's a different profile picture, and the list of posts for him or her is different, and we can't delete his posts, of course. Okay, and yeah, that's basically it. A few small minor issues, which is normal if you're building such an application. You would just want to go ahead and fix these issues, but overall, we were able to build a simple Instagram-like photo sharing application using Adalo, and without writing a single line of code in 30 minutes, I believe. Yeah, which is amazing, to be honest. And yeah, I hope you learned something, and I'm gonna see you guys for next tutorial with Nocode HQ. Bye.